graders, it's Miss French here. This week we're going to keep working on word problems involving time, but this week our new success criteria is I can use addition and subtraction strategies to find elapsed time. Elapsed time is the amount of time that has passed. Elapsed time can tell us how long it takes to go somewhere or how long something lasts. It can help us make plans and it can help us be on time. You're going to use a few different strategies for some different problems, but you're going to always start the same way. You're going to always start by writing the following: start time, end time, elapsed time. Start time, end time, elapsed time. So every time I go to solve a elapsed time word problem, I go ahead and write this on my scrap paper or on my dry erase board. That way, I'm always ready to find the missing piece. So let's try one. Crystal started reading at 4:20 and read for 25 minutes. What time did she finish reading? The first thing I notice is the start time because it says Crystal started reading at 4:20. So I'm going to go ahead and write start 4:20. Next, I notice that it doesn't tell me what time she finished reading, so I don't know the end time. But since I know that time has passed, the elapsed time was 25 minutes. So right beside elapsed time, or I put ET for short, I'm going to write 25. Now, that's going to help me figure out how to solve the end time. If I know the start time and the elapsed time, all I have to do is add. So I'm going to write start time 4:20, and then I'm just going to add the 25 minutes. And I'm just going to stack up the minutes just like we do with the traditional algorithm, and I'm going to add them very carefully. 0 plus 5 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 0 is 4. So that helped me solve for the end time. The end time is 4:45. Crystal started reading at 4:20 and read for 25 minutes, then she would finish up at 4:45. So right now, I want you to pause the video, go get a sheet of paper and a pencil or a marker and a board, and go ahead and write start, end, elapsed time, just like I did, so we can solve some problems together. Miss Tyson gave her students a math puzzle at 11:15. The students finished the puzzle in 10 minutes. At what time did the students finish the puzzle? So I see right here that Miss Tyson gave her kids the puzzle at 11:15. So that means that her start time was 11:15. The kids were going to start with the puzzle at 11:15. Now, I don't know the end time. The question says, what time did they finish? So they want us to figure out what is the end time. I can look at the picture and see that the puzzle, it took them 10 minutes. So I know that was the elapsed time. That's how much time passed while they were working on the puzzle. So now that I know I'm looking for the end time, all I need to do is add it up. So I'm going to line up my numbers. I'm going to write the start time, 11:15. And then I'm going to very carefully line up the minutes with the minutes. It's going to be 10. And there's no hours, so I just have to add those 10 minutes. 5 plus 0 is 5. 1 plus 1 is 2. 11 plus 0 is 11. So if Miss Tyson's students started their Sorry, I lost my marker. So if Miss Tyson's students started their puzzle at 11:15 worked for 10 minutes, that would mean their end time, or the time that they would finish, would be 11:25. Good job. Okay, let's see if you can do the next one on your own. Ben started playing a game at 3:20. He played for 25 minutes. When was he finished? I want you to pause the video, write down your start time, your elapsed time, and then add for the end time. Great work, guys. So let's go ahead and fill in and see and check your work. So the start time was 3:20. I don't know the end time yet because that's what I'm trying to figure out. When did Ben finish? I do know that he played for 25 minutes, so that's the elapsed time. I'm going to come over to my workspace and I'm going to add it up. If he started at 3:20 and if he worked for 25 minutes, let's see what time he finished, what his end time is. 0 plus 5 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 0 is 3. So Ben finished playing his game at 3:45. We have some other strategies that we're going to be learning throughout the week. We can also use a number line. So I'm going to let you try that I'm going to show you how to do that on the very next one. Okay, the third grade started their read aloud at 8:15. They read for half an hour. Oh, that's kind of tricky. What time did they finish their round? Okay, I see right here, start. So I'm going to go ahead and write my start time. I don't see another time. It doesn't tell me when they finished. So I'm going to realize that I'm solving for the end time. I do know they read for half an hour, and I know that half an hour is 30 minutes. So I want you to pause the video, and I want you to add up to see what is their end time. Okay, great job. I'm going to show you a new strategy, though. Another strategy you can use is our good old number line. I'm going to start at 8:15, and then I'm going to skip count by tens until I get to 30 because I'm really easily able to count by tens. From 8:15 plus 10 more minutes would be 8:25. If I add another 10 minutes, that's going to be 8:35. If you notice, I'm just skip counting the minutes by 10. And then I've got one more 10 to make it to 30, and that makes it 8:45. So your answer should have been 8:45. If you added it, it probably looked something like this. You made sure to carefully line up your numbers. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. 8 plus 0 is 8. So 8:45. Let's try one more together, and then I'm going to let you go and try your new learning on an exit slip on Quiz-Is. My class went out at 12:40. We stayed outside for 15 minutes. When did we come back in? Go ahead and pause, solve, and then push play to check your work. Great work. Our start time was 12:40 because that's when we headed outside. Oh, I just figured out how to change my color. Exciting. Now it matches. So we started at 12:40. We don't know our end time. That's what we're figuring out on this problem. We do know that we stayed outside for 15 minutes, so that's our elapsed time. That's how much time passed while we were outside. I'm going to go ahead and again show you a number line, and then we'll also solve using addition and subtraction. So I'm going to start here with my start time, and then for this one, I'm going to start with 10, and I'm going to say 10 minutes from 12:40. 10 more minutes would be 12:50. And then I'm going to skip count by those last 5 minutes. 12:50. I'm going to make this jump a little smaller since it's 5. From 12:50 plus 5 would be 12:55. If you need to count by ones, you can make even smaller jumps. Now, let me show you what, if you used your traditional method, what your addition would have looked like. 12:40 plus 15, 5 plus 0, 4 plus 1, 12 plus 0. The end time, we came back in at 12:55. Really great job this week, guys. This is new learning, so it could be tough. Please make sure that you reach out to your teacher for help if you need it. We're having tutoring in Zoom, so you are able to get some extra help. Just remember to use your strategies and rewatch this video as many times as you need. I love you. Check back in tomorrow for a new skill.